Hey everyone, ready to dive into something kind of cool? We're looking at the no-code, glow-code world, and it's gotten even more interesting since the no-code summit happened recently in Paris. We've got an interview with Demetris Goudis for this deep dive. He's an automation expert and founder of Three Nuggets Agency. He was at the summit. Lucky him. One thing that really jumped out at me is the amount of investment going into this whole no-code thing. It's not just some passing trend anymore. I think it's really becoming a major force. So Dimitris shared some pretty amazing stories. One that blew me away was this company that built a whole automated airport system using just no-code tools. And get this, they did it in just 3 months for the Paris Olympics. Can you imagine? Trying to build something that complex the old-fashioned way, it'd take years.
Yeah, that's seriously impressive. That kind of speed is a game changer these days.
Right. Everything moves so fast now. And it's not just about huge projects either. Demetris is talking about how he wowed a potential client by building a data enrichment workflow in just 15 minutes. He took a single email address and pulled out all this information: the person's name, their title, LinkedIn profile, company details, reviews, office locations, employee count, even phone numbers. Crazy, right?
It's a great example of how no code can be used to solve real problems right now, not just some future potential.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Demetris is a big fan of this platform called Latenode, and I can see why he mentioned that it lets you have multiple triggers in a single scenario, which is a big deal for flexibility. He also loves that you can connect different branches within workflows, and the integration with AI tools is seamless. No messing around with API keys. Plus, their customer support is top-notch.
Yeah, Latenode is doing some really interesting things. Those features make a big difference in terms of efficiency and ease of use for sure.
Totally. One of Demetris's clients had this challenge where they needed to give external partners limited access to their internal systems. But individual licenses were way too expensive. Not a good solution long term. So guess what they did? Demetris and Latenode's CTO got together and built a prototype solution in 30 minutes. Using webhooks and JavaScript nodes, I was blown away.
That's a perfect example of human-in-the-loop automation, bringing human decision points into an automated workflow. It's really clever.
Yeah, so the external partners could access certain parts of the system, but only for simple approvals or denials. Very cool. So Demetris is also super into enterprise resource planning, ERP systems for manufacturing companies, and he's all about integrating everything with everything. Think about it, linking your bank account to your sales system to track cash flow in real time, or connecting your ERP with all your vendors and clients. The possibilities are mind-blowing.
It really is. It changes how businesses can operate, big or small. Increased efficiency, scalability, it's a game changer.
Totally. And it makes you think, if businesses can create these complex systems in months instead of years, what does that mean for other industries? Or even for individual work? What kind of possibilities are out there waiting to be unlocked?
That's a great question, and it's something worth exploring, I think.
Definitely. It seems like there's a lot to unpack here.
It's true, there are nuances to no code, like with any powerful tool. One thing people worry about is vendor lock-in.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
If you build a whole system on just one no-code platform, what if that platform goes belly up or suddenly jacks up their prices?
Yikes, that would be a problem.
It would. You'd have to rebuild everything, so diversification is key. Just like you wouldn't put all your money in one stock.
Right, spread the risk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything else you're wondering about? Potential downsides, I mean.
Well, what about customization? No-code platforms seem flexible, but what if you need a really specific feature, something that's not built in?
Good question. Most no-code platforms let you extend their functionality with APIs or custom code snippets.
Oh, so you can kind of have the best of both worlds.
Exactly. The speed and ease of no-code, plus the power to add those custom features when you need them.
That's reassuring. I was also curious about the impact on jobs. Some people think no-code will make traditional developers obsolete.
I hear that a lot, but I think it's more about empowerment. No-code isn't replacing developers. It's giving more people the tools to create.
Interesting. So instead of taking away jobs, it's actually creating new opportunities.
That's how I see it. It's like the printing press. It didn't get rid of scribes, it just made information more accessible.
Okay, that's a good analogy. So we've talked about Latenode. What are some other popular no-code platforms out there?
Oh, there are tons. New ones popping up all the time. But some of the big names are Bubble, Webflow, Zapier, and Airtable. Each one has its strengths and weaknesses.
What's Bubble good for?
Bubble is great for building web applications without any coding. It's really powerful. People have used it to build everything from online marketplaces to CRM systems.
Wow, so pretty much anything you can imagine.
Pretty much Webflow is more focused on design and aesthetics. It's known for producing really beautiful, responsive websites.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Webflow. What about Zapier?
Zapier is all about automation, connecting different apps and services. You can automate those repetitive tasks, free up your time for more important things.
Sounds amazing. And Airtable.
Airtable is a kind of hybrid spreadsheet and database. It's super flexible, great for project management, data tracking, and collaboration.
So it's like a spreadsheet on steroids.
Haha, yeah, you could say that. So
Look,
what about you? Have you tried any no-code tools yourself?
I'll admit I'm a little intimidated. I'm not exactly a tech whiz.
You don't have to be. That's the whole point of no-code. Most platforms have really intuitive interfaces, drag and drop, helpful tutorials, supportive communities.
So even someone like me could learn to use them.
Absolutely. And the best part is you can start learning for free.
That's great to hear. Any recommendations for resources? Where should I start?
Check out the No-Code MBA website, the MakerPad community, and the Zapier Learning Center. Tons of great information and tutorials.
Awesome. I'll definitely check those out.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out with no code?
Don't be afraid to jump in and experiment. Start small. Pick a project that interests you. And remember, the community is there to help you.
That's good advice. Thanks. So we've covered the benefits and challenges of no code, looked at some popular platforms, and even talked about resources. But what about the bigger picture? What trends should we be watching for?
Well, one thing that's really interesting is how no-code and AI are coming together.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. It seems like there are more and more AI features popping up in no-code platforms.
Exactly. Things like natural language processing, image recognition, predictive analytics, all becoming accessible to people without coding skills.
It's incredible. What else is on the horizon? Any other trends you're seeing?
Another trend is specialized no-code platforms. General-purpose platforms like Bubble and Webflow are great, but we're starting to see platforms designed specifically for certain industries or use cases.
Oh, like niche tools.
Yeah, exactly. For example, platforms for building e-commerce stores or membership sites or mobile apps.
That makes sense.
Huh.
So it's like the no-code movement is becoming even more focused.
Right. And as these platforms become more specialized, I think we'll see even more sophisticated solutions being built without code.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. I mean, if we can build airport systems with no code, what will we be able to do in 5 or 10 years?
It's exciting to think about, and this whole idea of democratizing technology, it has the potential to be really transformative.
In what way?
Well, if anyone can build and create without needing to learn how to code, we could see a huge surge in entrepreneurship and innovation.
I like that. So everyone has a chance to participate.
Exactly. But of course, we have to be mindful of potential downsides, too.
Like what?
Well, one thing is the temptation to over-automate.
Yeah, it's easy to get carried away when you have these powerful tools at your fingertips.
Right. We need to remember that not everything should be automated. Some tasks are still better suited for human judgment and decision-making.
Especially anything involving ethics or complex interactions.
Absolutely. And we also need to be aware of the potential for bias in automated systems.
Oh, right, because as we integrate more AI into no code, we need to make sure those systems are fair and equitable.
Exactly. We don't want to accidentally create or perpetuate biases.
So it's not just about building cool things, it's about building responsible things.
Well said. It's a really exciting time to be involved in no-code, but we need to be mindful of the ethical implications.
Definitely. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of no code. I'm definitely feeling inspired.
Me too. There's so much potential here.
Absolutely. So to everyone listening out there, what will you create? What problem will you solve? The tools are there. The possibilities are endless. Go build something amazing.
And have fun doing it.